This is not cool. Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Tori and I make videos on sustainability and lifestyle, so if that's your thing, please subscribe. Today I will be talking about the problem that I have with Depop. No shade, I really love the app so much. This is just the one thing that really annoys me, and it is drop shipping. So I will be explaining exactly what drop shipping is, how to spot these accounts, and why it's such a big deal and important to talk about. Specifically be talking about Depop, even though drop shipping occurs on other platforms and apps. So if you would like to get right to the points, I do have timestamps in the description. So for those of you that may not know, Depop is an app where you can buy and sell secondhand or handmade items. It's user-friendly, it's very similar to Instagram, and you have a lot of freedom to be very stylish in your photos and like your whole overview compared to other apps like ThredUp, Poshmark, Mercari, in my opinion. Though I'm extremely biased because I love Depop. Whenever I go on Depop and I see a photo, I automatically recognize who posted that just from the photo because people really incorporate their personal flavor to their photos. There's definitely like a culture of different styles, like Y2K, vintage. Sometimes I just like look at my likes and I'm like, oh, this would describe my style very well. So it's really neat if you're in the process of discovering your style, or if you just want to find really dope pieces or sell. Dropshipping is when a vendor fulfills order from a third party and then ships directly to the customer. So there's two ways I know of that people kind of use dropshipping and dropshipping like practices. Usually they don't use their own photos, they're using like stock images or like Instagram model photos. So then they'll post that item, the customer will then purchase the item, and then the buyer will contact a third party vendor, usually something like AliExpress, I believe. And AliExpress or these type of third-party vendors will directly ship it to the customer. So as you can see, the seller's never in contact with the merchandise. And the second way that someone might use like drop shipping like practices, I say like practices because it's not technically drop shipping, but they're still kind of exploiting people and purchasing cheaply made items. It's when the seller purchases the bulk of a certain item and then they post it on their shop and charge like 12 times more than what they got. They're sourcing it from a place that's very unethical, which is a problem. Depop has a new policy. They actually implemented this on March 1st. They explain exactly what is banned within drop shipping. They don't allow drop ship items which include designer and luxury fashion, electronic, and cosmetic items, and this is because they can't verify the authenticity of the item, and the items are not allowed to be produced at large scale and bought to order from catalogs or marketplaces. So that's what I mean by drop shipping and drop shipping like practices. So if they're still purchasing large scale from one of these third-party vendors or catalogs, that's also not allowed, and that's why that's a problem. So as you can see, they mention that you are not allowed to have stock photos, you must write your own descriptions, you must disclose shipping time frame, that you're working with a third-party source, where the partner is based, and that you are following Depop's social and environmental standard. What's really cool is you can actually click on Depop's link for their social and environmental expectations. And I would definitely read through this. This just shows like what exactly Depop values. When I found this, I was just like, damn, I just love Depop even more for this. So on to the next part. This is what they do allow. Items produced or printed on demand that the seller designed. So think about the iconic like iGirl with her pendants. That's exactly what they mean. So that kind of thing is allowed. So now that you know what dropshipping is, here are the ways that you can spot it. So usually dropshippers will have like some of these like traits, but just because someone has like one of these like traits or something doesn't mean that they're automatically a dropshipper. So you'll kind of develop an eye for it after a while and you'll be able to be more critical of what's going on, but these are just something to look out for just in case. So if you notice that they're using photos that are stock photos or models photos that you notice on Instagram, that usually could be a red flag, especially if they have a bunch of like random different photos and it's not very consistent. Another thing is if the item is extremely trendy and you notice it on Instagram a lot, you see this item multiple times on Depop, sometimes that could be a red flag, so look out for that one. That one's kind of like hard to really assess. Another thing to look out for is checking out their description. So if you check out their description and it says that their item will take like 1 to 3 weeks to arrive, that's usually because they're drop shipping it and they have to go through the whole process of contacting that third-party vendor and getting that third-party vendor to ship it to the customer, which is a long process. Another thing is sizing. If they have a bunch of different sizes in the description, they could be a drop shipper as well. So even if you see that they have 5 stars on the surface, actually click on it and read through the reviews, because I noticed sometimes things get averaged out and you'll actually see that they have a bunch of like 1-star reviews. This is one account I checked out and it has numerous poor reviews. So a lot of these reviews mention wrong sizing, shipping taking a very long time, and tags being ripped off, which tend to be a lot of characteristics that drop shippers have, and that's why I think it's a red flag. So this is an item that they're selling. They mention the item is vintage and handmade, where the item is being shipped from, and how long it'll take to ship. To me, it just doesn't add up with their poor reviews. Maybe they're just pretending to be transparent, though I could be wrong. Here's another verified account. I see this account all the time. Most of their reviews mention that they haven't received some items from their bundle, which could be another sign of a drop shipper. Here are some examples of something they're selling that I was able to find on AliExpress for $4, and they're selling this angel mesh top for $22. So this account, this one is so crazy to me. This one really gets under my skin. So this account luckily is taken down, but I had a screenshot from a few months ago. First of all, they're using stock photos and models on Instagram for their photos, but this is the part that is going to shock you. Okay, they're selling a knockoff version of the iGirl Penzin. That is so messed up to me. So then I checked on AliExpress to see if that's where they could potentially be getting these products. And of course, I was able to find it on AliExpress. The reason that I find this really important to discuss is because when I first got a Depop, I was completely oblivious to drop shippers. I went on the app to sell secondhand items as well as find secondhand items or support artists, and I didn't even think about the fact that people could be essentially creating like a bridge for fast fashion, if that makes any sense. So I definitely think that there's a disconnect with thinking that people would do something like drop shipping on Depop, because you trust these independent sellers a little more and you kind of assume that because they're on Depop they're promoting like sustainability, but it happens. Majority of people on Depop, buyer and sellers, are really great people with great intentions and values, but there's always going to be those few people that are greedy and trying to exploit people. So luckily Depop and other users are really cracking down on these drop shippers, but I still see a few accounts that are verified, so I don't know if Depop's like unaware of what's going on, but it's pretty transparent. While I was doing research, I found this post on Depop by this girl, Madeline Sydney. I'm going to link her in the description because she really concisely explains what exactly happens with drop shipping, and that people can leave comments of people they think are drop shippers to kind of warn people and also report these accounts. I think it was really awesome, so definitely check out her account. Let's talk about Depop's mission and their values for a second. Depop's mission is to make fashion more inclusive, diverse, and less wasteful. If you check out their About page, they mention their business practice operating on 3 pillars: community, entrepreneurship, and sustainability. So sustainability mentions they want to help extend life of garments and reduce waste. We care about the world and want to make a positive change within the fashion industry. Really cool. So when you see these drop shippers, they're clearly going against Depop's policies and values. This is an issue because it's exploiting workers, buyers, and harming the environment. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you liked it, please give it a like and share it to your friends so they're informed. And check out the links in the description. I left a lot of cool pages and sources for you to check out. And real quick, I just want to show you my cute outfit. Just a little moment. This is a skirt from DKNY I purchased on Depop. This is a belt I thrifted with a Tamagotchi I think these belts are so much fun because they're like charm bracelets. And I got this sheer top on Depop, mad cute. This bra is actually being sold on my Depop right now. It's something I reworked with vintage lace. And these earrings are so cute. They're shroomy earrings that my friend actually made for me, and she's selling on Depop as well. And then of course, the trusty go-go boots. Thank you so much for watching, and so it is. See you later.